Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill. Today we are going to take a look into the tanks you can trade in, and we will see what tanks are actually worth it and which tanks are just simply a waste of time, because maybe tanks are bad and maybe it's just simply not really worth an effort. Now, before we are going to go in, I really want to say one thing: the tanks which you are trading in usually should be tanks which you cannot stand. As an example, you cannot stand Love, it's too slow for you, you cannot stand the tank. Sure, in this kind of situation you are making a decision to get rid of the Love, right? Or alternative option is that you have two tanks, let's say IS-6 and IS-6B, so you do not need two vehicles. And fellas, quick reminder, Twitch drops are working. You can get one of the 10 content creator camos and obviously commanders. Remember, there is two new commanders freshly made, Talk to Me Goose and Skill. So tune in into the Twitch and farm your drops. Back into the video we go. There is one concern though, and that concern is there is a lot of tanks in the loot boxes. So whenever Wargaming is going with the loot boxes left, right, and center, and whenever you are buying them, if Wargaming, let's say, has IS-6 in it, and you just get rid of it in the trade in event, well, it's GG. Not much what you can change about that, and pretty much you are going to get the same tank again. This is the thought, what you need to keep in mind. How trading works, pretty much, you can take whatever tank you have, whatever premium tank you have, and you can trade in Love for half of the value. So as an example, Love is worth 5.6 thousand gold in the store credit. I don't think it is a good value, okay? I truly do not think so. And let's say for a Love, what you can get for Love, and keep this in mind, it's a tier A tank and there is nothing bad with it. You can get T92, pretty much, kind of for free, or alternatively a ELC 190, right? I mean, it's not a bad trade, because if you want a light tank and you cannot stand Love, sure. But let's say if you are trading in Love and you want to get for yourself an Alpine Tiger, you will get rid of quite nice tank, and you get garbage tank, and you will pay for Wargaming 5.4 thousand gold. That's what I'm saying. But you know, you are big boys, you are going to figure out which tanks you like, which tanks you do not like. What is my mission? My mission is to go through the tank list and to say which tanks are worth taking and which tanks are kind of pile of caco. Although everything is depending on your playstyle, right? So let's say if you cannot stand tank destroyers, well, obviously, then Scorpion G or S1 or whatever else is not what you are looking for, right? I will try to go through the list as fast as I can, so you will have a good understanding, and this is going to be pretty much video for a future as well, whenever Wargaming has a trade-in and everything. Plus one more thing, Wargaming has new tier, well, not new, tier 9 in the trade-in. Is it worth it? No. When we have this out of the way, I am very, very, very glad, and I'm very, very happy, fellas. It's not a great tank, you know. You are definitely not losing anything while not taking it. Believe me, it's one of the most disgusting tanks. Okay, let's go. 112 is not a bad tank. It is Chinese heavy tank, but it has a problem, derpy gun handling. Other than that, it is quite quick, and it has okay platform as well, armor-wise, but the gun is disgusting. That means you will need to shoot a lot of gold, 250 penetration as well, right? T50, 50 TP prototype, it is not a bad vehicle. I would recommend to take this tank, especially for a newer player. It can work very, very well. CDA, I'm not a big fan of it, but I know some people like it, right? I would not take it personally. Liberties, I would not take Liberties just because you can buy them for bonds, so I truly do not think it's worth it. Astron Rex is pretty nice. I like the tank, but the problem of that vehicle is there is only 30 ammunition, right? That's very important thing to say, so I had plenty of the games whenever I was missing, I was losing the games because I have no ammunition. But other than that, it's fun tank to play with, and I like it. It's my tank. Run action shit, in my humble opinion, it is not really worth it. I think Patriot is actually better than this vehicle, but it's only me. Centurion, it is not a bad tank. It's 50-50. But I would probably not take it, right? But that's just because of my style. Chryslers, you do not want those tanks because you can buy them in the bond store. If you can buy the tank in the bond store, why would you take it and pay gold for Chrysler? It just doesn't make sense, right? ELC even, take it if you want to be a spotter. You know, for spotter fellas, ELC even is one of the best tanks out there, right? So yeah, I mean, look even over there into the size, Chrysler and ELC. Madness. Sandlak is not bad, but once again, ELC is just better. Fava 4202, that's garbage, do not take it. Hawk is quite nice. And we had the other day gentleman who said, I was very skeptical about the Hawk. I took it and I enjoy it. If you know how to shoot high explosives properly, because this tank has amazing high explosive rounds, I believe you can enjoy it and I believe you can have a blast, right? IS-6 avoid, Cannon Yak Panzer, it's actually not bad, fellas. The Cannon Yak Panzer isn't bad, and in my opinion, for me personally, it's even better than CDA, although, you know, it depends. CDA, the problem for me is even though the gun is very nice on the paper, it just doesn't hit. Cannon Yak Panzer hits everything. But once again, you have no armor, so it's kind of easy to make a mistake, although you have very good gun as well. Cover 5, do not take it just because you can buy it from the bond store. Why would you take it? Black Dog, I mean, this is a debatable thing. Black Dog or Hawk 30. Black Dog has better DPM, but a bit less accurate, and Hawk has, maybe Hawk is a bit faster and a bit better scout as well, plus it's more accurate. So probably Hawk is better than Black Dog, although I prefer Black Dog and I have a great time. Lorraine, same thing. Why would you take the tank whenever it is in the bond store, you know? There is no need to trade in to pay gold for a tank which you can get for imaginary currency in a way, right? Love, in my opinion, Love is still fine to this day, and it is truly printing credits. I know it's not for everyone, but what Love has, it is slow. First of all, let's start from that. It has quite a bit of armor, and it has good gun. This is what Love is. Shovel, I would recommend not to take it, obviously. Rev, I would recommend not to take it. The Yoch tank. Yoch tank actually isn't bad, but it's not ideal vehicle, so it's 50-50. Or maybe you are collecting tanks, so maybe then it is something what you could take a look at. Other than that, Defender. Defender is one of the... we can say one of the most idiot-proof tanks in the game, right? And it's not to say idiots are playing with the Defender. I am saying that Defender has a very good armor, but trollish gun. So you can bounce shots even with your butt, and you might miss shots even while sticking the gun into the enemy. This is how the things are looking like with this vehicle. Double Scorpion G. I love Scorpion G. It's one of my favorite tanks in the game, honestly. It is absolutely amazing. But the thing is, it's very hard to pull this tank off, considering that there is a light tanks, there is intuition for high explosives and everything. It is quite a hard tank to play with, but if you will make it work, then it is awesome in my opinion. It is worth it. Skoda T27 is literally the worst version of the Progetto. I would not recommend to get this tank even for anyone. But still I have the Czech crew, or I want to train the Czech crew. Well, it's better to grind credits with something what is actually very good and just buy crew books for Czech tanks. You know, I think this is the better idea. Samoa isn't bad. If you... I think Samoa is one of the better tanks for a heaviest who wants to learn how to play without a loader. At least that's what I think, and at least that's what is happening in my head. What do I mean by saying this? Well, you have a bit of the armor, and you are sneaky mother trucker getting close to the enemies and just clipping them for 1,500 damage, and after that trying to survive. It's actually not horrible, right? Star 2, I would recommend to avoid for most of the players. Overall, it's not a horrible tank, but there is just simply better vehicles. STG is kind of alright, but once again, same situation as for other Bond tanks, just simply, it's not really worth it. As one perfect sniper Schnitzel, and I believe many players are enjoying playing with this tank, so you know, it is not bad if it is your style. Trash 103, same situation like with other Bond tanks, you can get it in the Bond store. Suka Pershing. Once again, it is nice tank. Honestly, for beginner, I would say this tank is absolutely amazing. Or not even for beginner, for person who wants to chill out and just to play couple of calm games, right? I truly think Suka Pershing is underrated. If I'm not mistaken, you can get Patriots from the Bond store. So once again, same situation. T34 3 Bond store. Oh, T44-100. Now T44-100 is an interesting one, because the tank platform itself, I mean, it's not very good speaking where the armor goes. You know, you have no armor pretty much, but you have very nice gun. This is tank to think about, but I think it is especially a fluffy super unicum tank, or very good player tank, however you would call this. First prototype, in my opinion, is outdated. I would not recommend it because the gun is just way too bad. T77 is actually okay. I lately played with a T77 and I was surprised how good this tank felt overall. It's quite quick and it has okay-ish gun. T92 avoid, Ball Breaker avoid, Alpine Tiger avoid, and Vaza is actually completely fine as a tank, and I personally like it, and I think many people are enjoying it because you can snipe, and whenever you are top tier you can obviously go in front and you can make a bit of pressure. Now, speaking about the lower tier shitters, and just to say what I'm going to do, I'm going to say if there is something worth attention. Su-122 for 4 is not horrible. Other than that, probably nothing. Honestly, I do not recommend to take lower tiers, but if you really want to, probably, maybe Eagle is okay, maybe Su is okay. This is even though those tanks are new, right? They're pretty much the same IS-2M. Speaking about the ISs, because all of them pretty much copy-pasted versions. Nothing too crazy. Avoid the tier 7s. And for a tier 6s, let me see. Obviously, you can take Tog if you are feeling like you are a good person and you want to feed others. But other than that, T3485M is actually very nice tank. For a newer players and not for so new players, I think it is alright. And yeah, that's about it. Cromwell B can work, obviously. So that is the good stuff. Anyways, why I have done this video and why did I went through the tanks? Because a lot of people was asking in the stream what do I think about it and which tanks I would recommend. So this is for every and each of you who asked, and in the same time, you know, it is for every and each of you who did not ask as well, right? And I hope that will help, and I hope I highlighted the important parts of all of this as well, fellas. I truly hope so. And I hope you will get some use from this information as well. Anyways, fellas, I love you with all my heart. Thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow we are going to have some gameplay. Okay, I know what we are going to get tomorrow. Hashem with a derb gun. Yes, I read your comments. Yes, I do. Yes, I see them. That being said, thank you very much for everything and see you very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.